going on, guys? It's Moto here, and today I'm bringing you a brand new series called Showdown with Friends. Now, before we get started, just remember, leave a like, dislike, comment, positive, negative, let me know what you guys want to see next. And the comment question of the day is, Okay, so this is going to be a Monday through Friday series. And every Friday I'm going to try and have a guest on. So the comment question of the day is, out of everyone that is possible to get on, who would you like to see most as a guest? So, yeah, that's the comment. Usually these would be a live com, but for some reason OBS didn't save it correctly, so I'm going to have to do this as a post. So let's just watch it, because it's a great battle, and I will tell my thought process. So I let off with High Dragon. He let off with Tentacruel. I did a U-turn because, let's be real, Ice Beam will still hurt, or Scald. I go into Ron Swanson predicting Scald. He goes for Mirror Coat. I was like, oh, okay, so this is going to be a bulky special. So I went for Willow. He set up T-Spikes, and at this moment I was like, why is he doing that when I have a Defogger and a Heal Beller? So I go into my Defogger, Thor, also to try and scare him out. He sets up another layer of Toxic Spikes. I was like, I don't want to go for Volt Switch right away, so I'm going to just go for a... He goes into his Defog. He goes into his own Thor, not sure why. But either way, I Volt Switch. I go first. Thor Hype. And I go back in my High Dragon, predicting a Volt Switch. He goes for Toxic, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Either way, I go for Dark Pulse. Does a lot. I don't get the flinch, sadly. But he gets a Volt Switch off. He can go into anything he wants. He was smart and went into Whimsicott. I have to switch out because I'm Scarfed. If I wasn't, I'd just go for Flamethrower, but... That was the smartest play you could make. I go into Meowth's Love. He sets up a Leech Seed. Now, at this moment, I was like, oh, okay, I can just Fire Punch. He goes for Sub. I was like, crap, it's this set. So I go for Fire Punch. It just breaks it, because it's a Meowth's Love. It's Gramble. Leech Seed is going. I almost predicted this and went for... I almost went for an Earthquake, but I went for Heal Bell because Heal Bell was my best play there. I switch out and go into Ron Swanson. He goes for Stone Edge, and I'm like, crap, that's banded, because that is definitely a banded. He switches out, goes into Ursula. That gives me a free Scald. Does nothing. As you can see, the leftovers actually do about the same, but the burn is still taking a toll. I go for Recover, and he goes for Mirror Coat. And at that moment, I was like, that is best case scenario. I'm back up to full. So I'm going to preserve my Ron Swanson, and I go into Zapdos. Aegis goes for another Mirror Coat. I'm not sure why he keeps going for Mirror Coats. But either way, the Black Sludge is taking its toll. He goes into Cerberus. I guess Volt Switch right out. This gives me a great opportunity to go into Meowth's Love. Now, this moment, I went for Earthquake, predicting him to switch out. He goes into Sacred, and I was like, at this moment, I was ecstatic, and I got a low roll. That had a chance to kill, and I got one of the lowest rolls. I just go into Ron Swanson. He Sacred Fires, brings me down, and the burn. Because I might have been able to live another one, but after the burn, no way. Sacred Fires, hoping it missed. I went for Scalds. He kills me off. I go into Hail Hydra. I guess Dark Pulse. Now, his play was to go to Whimsicott, but he goes to Thor instead. I'm not sure why. Maybe, I don't know, HP Ice? I don't know. Either way, that's Thor also dead. Now he goes into Whimsicott. So I switch out, go into Meowth's Love with the Gramble again. Taunt. Excuse me. Now at this moment, this part was a little bit stally. He goes for Sub, I go for Fire Punch. Now, he goes into Ursula. I almost predicted that, and I almost went for EQ, because EQ hits a lot of things on his team hard. My taunt ended. He switches out. This is just a switching game right now. He goes into one of the riskiest plays. So if I just he just keeps switching out and out and out. I got a big chunk off at least, so that Whimsicott is practically useless right now. Meowslove goes down to Life Orb Recoil, but at this moment, I can go into Ganon the Mamoswine and just hit Ice Shard, not Icicle Crash. Ice Shard just kills it. He goes into Aggron. He goes into Gajiel, which is my Aggron's name also, and he uses my favorite set, the Rock Polish. And I was like, okay, he's using my set. He goes for Heavy Slam, doesn't do anything. I go for Heat Wave and miss, of course, because it's me we're talking about. Let's be real, I always miss moves. He goes into Cerberus. I was hoping for the burn, no burn, that's okay though. Because I just Volt Switch right out of there. He goes for Draco. I Volt Switch, no big deal. I go into Ganon the Mamoswine. I was hoping I predicted. Right, I didn't. And I miss an Icicle Crash. Because my luck, ladies and gentlemen. Either way, though, I go for Earthquake. Ursula's down. And after this, at this moment, I was like, oh, okay. Ganon can clean up shop. So I go for the Earthquake. So does he. I realize my Earthquake will kill next turn. His Earthquake won't. Life Orb keeps going down. Cerberus comes out. Ice Shard goes through and kills the Hydreigon. And I still live on 2 because of Life Orb. And that was the game. It was a great game to Ryan. His link will be down in the description below. Demented Glaile. Check us out his Twitter. Good guy. But that's going to wrap up this episode. Remember to answer the comment question of the day. Out of anyone who I could do not a co-op, but as a guest on, who would you like to be and why? For me, it'd probably be Dan, A-Drive, or Elliot, Mr. Galactic himself. But either way, that's going to wrap up this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, dislike, comment, positive, negative. Just let me know what you guys want, and I will do it. Make sure to follow my Twitter and Twitch. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. And that's about it. This is Moto, signing off.